And now when we talk, just more about the difference between being an activist and a protester, it really makes me think of someone and like outside of even just like the paid protester grift of it all, it makes me think about Rosa Parks. Because did y'all know that Rosa Parks had a car? For real, Rosa Parks had a car. Her man had a whole foreign at home, and this woman was on the bus. This one was riding the bus. But you know what? I say that facetiously, even though she really did have a car, which is crazy. But the reason that Rosa Parks was on that bus, it was intentional. I don't know if this is common knowledge. It's the truth. It's history. But I feel like more often than not, when I've asked people if they're familiar with the real story of Rosa Parks, they think that Rosa Parks was just crashing out one day and she's like, oh no, you ain't sending me to the back of this bus. No, like it was a very organized effort. Rosa Parks was already a full-blown activist. The woman who acted defiantly and was essentially protesting was a woman named Claudette Colvin. Okay, so a lot of people don't know Claudette's story. So this woman, she definitely leans left, but I like the way she explains it. Here's a video on TikTok of just giving the real backstory of what happened with Rosa Parks and who is Claudette Colvin.
Claudette Colvin. Claudette Colvin said F you to segregation, gave up her seat, and got arrested 9 months before our girl Rosa did. She felt that Sojourner Truth and Harriet Tubman were keeping her in her seat. I also imagined them doing this to the white lady and bus driver who told her to move. Yeah. So why haven't you heard of her? Claudette was just a teenager at the time, and she wasn't seen as responsible enough for the NAACP to popularize her case. Claudette was also darker skinned. Oh my gosh, y'all look, it's colorism.
She's kind of
creating a divide in the black community again. Yeah, girl, you know the usual. Well, girl, let me tell you something. First of all, you're nothing but a trashy hoe. Second of all, you suck. After they decided not to pursue her case, Claudette also found out she was pregnant, which persuaded people more that she wasn't the right face.
So Claudette did all that for nothing, huh?
Can you leave? Damn. Ain't nobody want you here. Bye. During this time, Rosa Parks happened to be a leader in the NAACP and got in contact with Claudette, made her go to meetings and tell her story to the youth. So when it came time for Rosa not to give up her seat, there's no doubt homegirl was thinking of Claudette.
Shout out to Claudette and shout out to Rosa. This is not at all to discredit either of them. I just want to kind of give the difference between what is an activist and what is a protester. Okay. Claudette had enough. And there's a couple other stories that are similar that happened around her time, but Claudette was really the catalyst of what led to the Montgomery bus boycott. And this is just the history that I feel like is not taught accurately in school. Y'all tell me in the comments if I'm tripping. I feel like my school never, ever, ever, ever once did they talk about Claudette. Okay, going to public school, they definitely failed. They made it seem like Rosa Parks was crashing out, was defying authority, and was just like, you know what? I'm a strong, independent black woman, and I don't need to go to the back of the bus because you white folks ain't about to tell me what to do. That's not what Rosa did. That's what Claudette did. No shade. She did what she had to do. She stood on that business. I'm here for it. Shout out to Claudette. But Rosa, being like this beacon of the story, being this hero, being this catalyst in the civil rights movement, I think that it would have helped black people to know the real story of what happened with Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks' story was not just this defiant emotional fit. It was a calculated, well-constructed effort to get things done. She was handling business. She was a real activist. She was working with the NAACP. I believe it was NAACP before they became super woke. Like, she was doing what needed to be done. Okay, because nowadays you don't just have the activists and the protesters. You don't just have people who are actually organized and trying to create change and lead a cause and lead real economic and political changes in their society. You just have people who are either activists, protesters, or just want a quick buck. And they want the social clout so that they can take their little $20 and a case of Powerade as an incentive to go wreak havoc. It's a ghetto mess. It's an exhausting ghetto mess. And I wish that when people look at these pioneers of the civil rights movement and they looked at them like, oh, I want to go out there and be like Rosa. Because I will say, when I was marching for BLM, I was so proud of myself because I thought I was doing similar work to what the activists back in the day were doing. I thought it was like something that they would be proud of me for doing. But sometimes, some elements of it, I'm sure they would be. But other elements, like getting $20 in a Powerade to go stand outside in that heat, holding up a sign saying "End police brutality," girl, you ain't moving no needle. You're doing nothing. If anything, you're just annoying everybody and you probably sweat. a lot and you stank. That's all you're doing. Wreaking havoc.